Good morning. Today we're going to draw this little mouse. And we're going to start with the basic shapes and then add on more details. So looking at this little mouse, the basic shape I see for his body, I would start with his body. That's the biggest part of him. I see this long flat oval. Do you see that? I'm going to ignore his head for now. I'm just looking at his body. And I see this long oval shape. So I'm going to start with that so that I can make sure he's going to fit on my page. I'm going to start with this long oval body here. I'm lightly sketching it because I'll probably want to make changes later. But I just want to get him on the page. So I'm going to start with that. So now I'm looking at his head. Oh, let me see. Don't want to lose been working on this lighting. But I see, let me make my camera just a little darker. Maybe easier to see my pencil lines. Okay, so now for his head, I see this triangular shape. Do you see a triangle? Maybe you see a circle here within the little nose on the end. You could see that. Or maybe you see a triangle like me. It doesn't matter. Either one is right. We just want to get the shapes on there. So I'm going to do a little triangle like this, and his nose is pointing down. Look at my mouse. You can sort of start to see him. Let's add the ears there, which are going to be circles. Trying to find where my lighting's best. And then the other one's a little higher. We'll come back and fix that later. And then I'm going to just mark where his feet are going to be. One of them is close to his head, isn't it? I'm going to draw a little line there. A little line there. And then we only see one back leg, and that is way back there at the back. Do you see that? And then his little tail is going to come off there. So I have the basic shapes. I see he's fitting on my paper. So I'm happy with that size. If I wanted to change anything, it would be easier to do now because I've drawn him so lightly. And I'm going to erase some of these lines as we go. But now let's think about we'll fine tune him and think about these finished lines. So if I was a little ladybug crawling along this line, I see I'm going to go uphill a little bit, and then I'm going to curve back down, and that's where I'm going to find his back leg. So I'm going to fix my lines a little bit. I'm going to change them to be a little more exact. I'm going to crawl up this hill a little bit, and I'm going to curve nicely down. Oh, my line wasn't too far off. I'm pretty happy with that. And that's where his back leg's going to come in. Then I see it swings down like this. Do you see that? And when I get to the bottom here, it's not round really. It looks pretty flat to me, this line. If I was crawling along this line, I'm going to make this one a little flatter than I have it. So I have some lines in here I don't need, but that's okay. I drew them very lightly. They'll be easy to erase. And I'm going to come up like this. So I can get rid of a few of these extra lines if I'd like. Now I'm going to ignore the ears for now and just keep coming with the head. So I can imagine crossing over like this, and then I'm going to come down almost, pretty straight down here, and then it's going to curve around. So I'm going to go straight across. Look, my head was a little bit off. See, it's really coming straight across. And now I'm going to come down and curve around for the nose. So you see, my original lines weren't exactly right, but I got him on the paper and enough to where I know where I'm going with him. And now look at his nose. I'm curving. That's a nice curved line around. And I'm going to go back up to meet my other line. So you can see my original shapes weren't exactly right, but that's okay. They're light enough. I'm going to erase them. I can erase this part now too. Now looking at his ear, it starts, so this is the top of his head. I'm going to have to move this ear back. Do you see that? I want a little bit of his head showing, and I don't have it showing here. So I am going to have to move this ear back a bit. And if you need to stop this video at any time, go ahead and pause it. And then you can just start again when you're ready to go. So this ear, I'm going to back it up about this far and bring it down. So that ear was in the wrong spot, but that's okay because I got it in the right spot. And I see it comes way down below the head. Do you see that? That means this ear is going to be in the wrong spot too. This one, the second ear, comes off of the first one. Do you see how it's attached here? It's going to come up. It's higher than this ear. It's going to come up higher, and then it's going to end up attached to the head. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go up and attach it to the head. So my ears were pretty far off. That's okay. I drew them lightly. I could have changed them. I could erase them. So now his nose, I don't know if you can see it. It's just that little, just a little line right there. He has a very big eye, and it is right in the middle, right about here. This big, beautiful eye this little mouse has. And this is called the catch light. It is the sunlight shining off his eye. It's a highlight. So I'm going to leave that white in there. So I'm going to color in his eye, but I'm going to leave some white for the catch light. He's coming along. He's looking more like our little mouse, isn't he? Okay, let's give this guy some feet. He needs some feet. So this foot, if you look, it's sort of in line with the ear. Do you see that? Do you see how the leg comes in line with the ear? So if this is where I put this ear, my leg is a little off too. Do you see? I'm going to bring this foot more forward, and we can see a couple little toes. Can't quite see them all because in the shadows. His leg would be a little skinnier. The second leg, it's coming out. So if I'm the little bug crawling along, second leg's right about here. And it's more straight up and down. I had it sort of slanty. He's got the little toes coming out. And also this is where his leg is. That's where the muscles are there. Oh, I can get rid of this line. Excuse me. Get rid of that line. Okay. Got a little frog in my throat this morning. Okay, and then we're going to come back. And this leg back here, this foot is long. Well, I guess that's part of his foot. And then he's got his little toes. And this one, if you look, it is a little shorter. It appears shorter because it's further back. See, they don't line up exactly. So I'm going to bring this. And if you wanted to get really good at drawing mice, it would be good to really study what their feet look like. Mine aren't too exact, but the more you study what things look like, the better you'll be able to draw them, the more you practice them. So it would be an interesting thing just to draw mouse feet. Maybe we'll do that one day, just the feet, because they look a little different, but it's partly because we can't see all the toes. This guy, if you want to, he needs a tail, so you could make the tail go all the way off the page. You could make it circle around. I'm going to have his tail circle around because I don't want him going all the way off. Bring him around like that. So if you're drawing the end of the tail, a mouse's tail gets smaller as it goes to the end. So be sure to get it a little smaller as you get to the end. It's a very sketchy tail. I'm going to try to make some pretty solid lines here. There we go. And then the last thing you could do, you could leave this leg on or you don't need to. I would at least give it a little bit of a leg there. We maybe don't need this whole thing. There's our little mouse. He's coming along. Okay, if you want to add fur to him, you could. You would add fur by making lots of little lines. These lines can overlap, which will, if you didn't overlap them, well, you could do it like that also. That will make him look lighter in color. And when you're using a pencil, the way to make him look darker is to make more lines. So you can make lots of lines going this way. I don't know if you hear knocking on my door. It is our cat who he's outside meowing, and he actually knocks on the door to come in. You can also make all these little furry lines around here. So you want to be sure that the lines are going in the direction the fur is going. When I get to the nose, if I'm making fur, do you see how the fur is going upward? So you want to go upward when you get here, and then here it's going to be going downward a little bit. So you can see how my lines are changing direction. And that's indicating which way the fur is going. You could also use your finger to shade them in a little bit. After you make some fur. And the last thing we want to do is give this guy some whiskers. And there you go. And there's your mouse. Great job. And if you think about it, send me a picture of your mouse. I would love to see it. Oh, we could also add in, before we leave, a little bit of shadows here. It does have a little bit of shadows. I'm just coloring it in with my pencil, or you could even color it in with your finger. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.